Hey, what is up? My fearless networking friend, Todd Falcone here. And, not every post that I do is super fun, but sometimes you got to talk about the things that aren't so fun to talk about. So that's what we're going to cover in today's episode. So, the regulatory environment that we're in today, you got to play by the rules, right? There are rules that we need to play by. Most people honestly don't know what the rules are in network marketing. Quite frankly, most people have never even read their policies and procedures, which I think is kind of fascinating. In fact, you ought to read your policies and procedures. If you don't know what that is, that's the contractual agreement that you have between you as an independent representative, consultant, distributor, and the network marketing or direct sales company that you're affiliated with, the things that you're supposed to do and not do. And it's like you have a contract with them. That's what it is. You should probably read that stuff. It's a bunch of legalese, but you should understand it. However, here's the thing that I want to talk about. We've seen companies over the years that have had issues with AGs, attorney generals, or the Federal Trade Commission. Some of these three-letter agencies, get involved in the direct selling space, primarily the FTC, sometimes the FDA, if you're dealing with product claims, and there might be some financial entities as well if you're in some type of financial services product, but we're not going to get into that exactly. What I do want to say is this. You have to understand what the rules are. And it's not like you join a network marketing business like, here's the rules, here's the things you can say, here's the things that you can't say. Although it would be wise for network marketing company owners to actually let their people know what they can and cannot do. And so you're out there and you're promoting your business and you want to be promotional and excited and enthusiastic. And, you want to paint a picture of a great future for whoever is taking a look at what you're doing. That's part of being promotional. However, there are certainly things that you need to watch out for. I'm going to start on the product side. Okay. Even if you felt that the product that you consume from your network marketing company cured your cancer, you can't say it. You cannot say it. Even if your heart and soul and every ounce of your being believes that that is the case, likely it would be very difficult to actually prove that. But let's say you had cancer, you started taking this product, and you don't have cancer anymore. You can't say it. So you need to, if you're sharing things about your product, those things need to be compliant. They need to be in compliance. Some network marketing companies are very good at telling you what's compliant and what's not compliant. Most good network marketing companies, in fact, have a compliance officer or compliance department, and they keep an eye out for people that are doing things that are out of compliance. And you might get an email from the compliance department, a phone call, and if you're a repeat offender, you might get booted. And that's actually a good thing, because if you are a repeat offender, you've been warned time and time again that you can't say this, but you continue to do it. That means you're not listening, you're not paying attention, and you're potentially doing damage to that company, and they may end up having heat come down on them. And there's heat that's come down on companies that's so significant where the companies have totally gone out of business. I'm not doing this post to scare you, but yeah, I guess I am in a way, to frighten you a little bit. Not to scare you from doing network marketing, but just to frighten you in a way that, you should be staying in compliance. Because honestly, if you're in a network marketing company, don't you want that company to last? Don't you want the profession to still be around? And look, we're always going to have regulatory agencies looking at our profession, and that's normal for any profession. So product claims, you can't make them. And it's crazy what you can say, because what you can say are things like, oh, may help with inflammation, for example. I'm not going to go into the list of it, but you should probably look this stuff up and find out what you can and cannot say. But things like it cured my Alzheimer's, it got rid of my cancer, I don't know. I had diabetes. I don't have diabetes anymore. Even if you were diabetic and it reversed your diabetes, which, by the way, diabetes is reversible. Type 2 is, anyhow. Type 2 is diabetes that you give yourself. I should know that because I was actually pre-diabetic and changed my lifestyle and all my blood work, A1C, triglycerides, all that good stuff went back in order. Little change of subject. You're in the middle of the post, but that's okay. It's my post. So let's go back into this. So you have to be compliant on just don't make ridiculous product claims. The other thing about this is if I'm in a company as an active distributor and I was building a business, I would be like, okay, if I see some Yahoo in our company that's out there making these claims about how this product cured this and knows better, I'm going to pick up the phone and call the guy and go, hey, brother, just so you know, like all the stuff that you're saying about our product, you can't really be saying that because you're going to potentially do damage to the company. Screw you, Falcone. And he continues to do it. I will turn him into the compliance department. I don't care because he's taking potentially money out of my family's pocket and everybody else's families that are involved in that company. So sometimes people are like, oh, I didn't even know. And they will, get themselves back in order. And you call me a tattletale, whatever. I don't know, whatever the phrases were back in the day when we were kids. I just remember tattletale. But again, it's your responsibility, first and foremost, to stay compliant yourself, to teach your people to be in compliance. If you see somebody who's out of compliance, it's potentially doing damage to the future of your company, to call them on it. And I'm not going to go call the compliance department first and turn you in, but I'm going to call you or reach out to you and go, hey, man, I don't know if you know this or not, but you can't sit there and say that product X cured your cancer. It's like totally out of compliance. And then, see what they do with it. And sometimes your company will catch it because they're hopefully, good company is going to be monitoring what's going on social media and so forth. But you can't make you cannot make product claims because it's not good business and it's not legal and it will get your company in trouble. Okay. Now let's talk about income claims. I remember back in the day, and I don't even know if it was legal then, to be honest with you, but I don't think we had such a tight regulatory environment. We would literally, and some of you guys know that have been around the game for a while, we would have like a 3-ring binder with photocopies of our checks. Like, hey, this is what so-and-so made the last 3 months, and here's my earnings from the last 3 months, and here's the top earner. We literally photocopy our checks and carry it around in a 3-ring binder and show it to people. I don't know if that was legal. Probably wasn't back in the day. You can't do that for sure. You can't be making income claims. You can't be talking about you can make, even if you can make 50 grand a month, saying that in on a presentation. No. If you do make any kind of claims towards income, and you need to understand the law here. I'm not the legal guy, but I'm going to give you, some guidance, at least in the right direction. You can't, let's say there was some reference to income in a presentation. If that's the case, there needs to be a readily available, easy to read IDS or income disclosure statement that directly accompanies whatever was being said. It can't be like in this tiny little, 0.40 print that nobody could read, even if they had the best vision in the world. And it can't be just flashed on the screen and then gone. It needs to be there. There also needs to be an accompanying disclaimer that, results are not typical. Most people that get involved in network marketing don't make any money at all. It requires hard work, effort, and whatever. I'm not going to lay out the whole disclaimer, but you need to know what the laws are there. And I get it. I mean, the reality is people do make big money in network marketing. I mean, huge amounts of money can be earned in this profession, and I wish it was different where we could say whatever we wanted to say, but we can't say whatever we want to say. And so just, if you don't get yourself pulled into it, if you see somebody else that's doing it, be a good code, distributor in your company and see if you can make them aware. And if they ignore you, I've had people flat out ignore me and they go, screw you, Falcone. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. And some people just don't give a damn. They just truly don't care. And those are people that are dangerous for your company because they can literally put the entire company at risk. And I won't name companies right now, but there are companies I know that I've done business with that have gotten in trouble, have gotten completely shut down. The leaders that were doing that continued to be repeat offenders. I know one person in particular was offending in this one company, went to another company, was warned yet again after they went through litigation, did it again there, and then went on to another company and did it again, and has never stopped. And what the other thing is this also, like, this whole private jet thing, like I get it. I literally, I mean, I've been in this business for a long time. I've flown on a private jet one time, two and back. Thanks, Jordan, by the way. It wasn't our jet, it was somebody else's jet. Cool, it was fun, whatever. But I see everybody like, like sitting there with their watch, staring out the window into space. And I get it. It's like high-end lifestyle, pondering and pontificating their future. But if your jet picture is anywhere attached, and probably even if it's not, because regulators can do whatever they're going to do, they would consider that is enticement. You're basically suggesting that anyone can achieve the same kind of success that you're having and be flying in a private jet with their watch, pondering and pontificating out the window. So, and like, here's the thing, even if it's your jet, like you own it, and it's your watch, and it's your Bentley, and your 4 boats that you're standing in front of, in front of your 15,000 square foot house. I've seen these, the 4 yellow cars, the boat, all the stuff, wearing like the necklaces, all the crap, and it's all theirs. They bought it. Even if they paid cash for all of it, and it's not all on loan. Like, unfortunately, some people just have all these things and they're totally leveraged to the hilt, and they really don't own it, which is even worse. You can't do that, even if it's yours. I literally was talking to a top earner this last week. He goes, "Well, what if I own all that stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, if you own it, that's great, but you can't use it in the market and promotion of your company. And if you do, it needs to be, I mean, very clearly shown. IDS, income disclosure statement, other disclaimers, not blink. What was that? You can't do that. So those are considered lifestyle claims. And you know what? Nobody really teaches this stuff. Who teaches this stuff? Who's got the balls to go out there and say, I'm going to tell you the real truth about what you can and cannot do? If it's going to, I mean, I might as well do it. I don't really care. Because you need to know this stuff. If somebody doesn't tell you, then you're never going to know it. You're going to find yourself in trouble and go, I didn't know I couldn't do that. And I realize it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I kind of roll that way, but not with this stuff. You should be aware. You should know what you can and you cannot do. So you cannot make product claims. You cannot make income claims. You certainly can't do these lifestyle claims. And sometimes company owners are guilty of it. I won't mention again names, but I know for a fact, because I've seen the video multiple times, there's a CEO of a network marketing company walking down the street in the middle. He's in the middle. He's got 2 distributors that are flanking him. They're walking down like in slow motion with their Louis Vuitton shoes and their diamond encrusted watches. On one side, I think there was a Bentley. On the other side was a McLaren. I don't remember what the third car was. And it's like their hair is blowing in the wind. They're wearing like their fancy, who knows how much the clothes cost. And this was the company owner in the video. So you're in trouble when you're with a company where the owner doesn't give a damn. I think most owners do, but there are occasionally owners that don't. And so what's the whole purpose of this message? I don't know, to get you to just think before you act. And if you're acting in a certain way that's not compliant, then act differently. Again, we all wish all sorts of things. I wish we could do whatever we wanted to do, but we can't. There's rules. You got to play by the rules. And you're looking at a guy that's a rule bender. I love to bend the rules, but there's certain rules. Like I'll go 62 and a 55. Maybe if the road's clear, I'll go 70 if I can see way in front of me, but I'm not going 150 in a 55. Why? Because the consequence of me going to jail and having handcuffs are pretty significant, and I don't like handcuffs, and I don't want to go to jail. So it keeps you in alignment. The consequence of ongoing repeat offenses is that you end up with FTC raiding your company, shut down. And let me tell you this, there is no recovery from that. They walk in with all the badges and the guns and they raid your company. You ain't coming back from that ever. There's no returning. Even if you didn't make the mistakes, even if you went to court and fought it and won, you are not guaranteed no recovery. It's never happened. I don't see, because everybody's now scared and running for the hills. Nobody comes back. And I don't say nobody. Some people come back, but 99% of the people are gone, never to come back again. So, little message for you guys. Important to stay compliant. No product claims, no income claims, and no lifestyle claims. Lifestyle claims is like your clothing, your watch, your cars, your stuff, your vacations, your beaches, your jets, your whatever. Because those types of imagery, those types of images classifies under the term enticement. And we can't entice people to get involved in these opportunities. Honestly, the truth is good enough. I mean, network marketing is pretty cool. You can make big money in network marketing. They just need to discover it for themselves. You don't need to be, pitching the gigantic incomes and all the crazy stuff that one could most certainly achieve if they worked hard. But just be aware and don't make those mistakes. It's better to be mature, make good decisions, think with this long-term idea in mind, not like I'm going to get mine for as long as I can get it. And when it's done, it's done. I don't think that's good business. So that's the message for the day. So look, I appreciate you guys. If you're on my YouTube channel, what's up, YouTubers? If you guys are on my audio podcast, I appreciate you guys as well. I'd love to have a conversation about this. If you disagree with me, that's cool. Let's chat about it. Feel free to comment. Let me know what's up. If you want me to train or discuss something that most people don't want to talk about, I'm always game. This episode is at toddfalcone.com/episode 332. That's TODDFALCONE.com/episode 332. Always here to serve, here to help any way I can. Network marketing is an amazing place. I want you to have that amazingness that you experience in network marketing, but you got to get to work. You got to do it right. And we'll see you on the next episode.